I hope that each of us here have felt the Spirit move within us. I'm thankful for lots of things. Thank you, Marie. I'm thankful for lots of things. I'm thankful for the readings that Mark and Amy and Becky have shared with us so far this morning. I hope that as you paid attention to those words, that it allowed for your mind to wander to what we can do as disciples of Christ to bring peace and to bring hope into the world. I'm certainly thankful for Darren and her music ministry. I'm really glad that I didn't have my message right after one of her songs, because it would take me a minute to get myself composed. Your ministry is powerful. Thank you. The promise of love on this fourth and final Advent Sunday, I'd have us consider the promise of love and what that means in our life. And I'll start off by sharing a question. The question is a two-word question. What if? What if we took the time to write that handwritten letter to someone, a family member, a friend, even a stranger? What if we think about the friend that maybe we've lost contact with over the years, and we found a way to reach out to him or her, to reconnect? What if, rather than just talking, but truly listening to someone that just needs to talk, someone that just needs to share, someone that just needs to share, not in general, but they need to share with you? What if we encouraged our youth, attending their events, sharing a meal with them, getting to know them? And what if, even when we might not feel like it, to choose kindness, to choose gentleness, even to those people that are difficult to be kind and gentle with? And we all have those people in our lives. I suggest to you that those what if questions, and we could come up with 100 more questions, that when we consider the what ifs, that when we go and do those things, that not only have we addressed the promise of love, but we have actually delivered on the promise to bring love into the hearts and the homes and the people that we care deeply about. Most of you know, not all of you, because we have some visitors here, you know that I work for an organization whose only mission is to provide hope and opportunity. We work with people ages 12 to 24 who are homeless, who are battling behavioral health challenges of anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, and the like. We provide training for people that just need to learn how to be a good employee. We provide counseling and support to those clients that have aged out of foster care that still need some guidance on navigating the next steps of their life. And I want to share with you about one of our clients named Diego. Diego's 21. Diego worked at one of our workplace development programs called Rooftop Gardens. Rooftop Gardens is a hydroponic farm. It's an indoor farm where we're growing lettuce, and we're growing carrots and strawberries and radishes, and we'll soon start growing other things. And we hire our clients, and again, clients that are ages 18 to 24 at Rooftop that are facing all kinds of issues, the homelessness, the behavioral health, just needing the hand up from us to take the next step in their life. When Diego started working at Rooftop 6 months ago, he was homeless. He was unable to earn enough money to pay the monthly rent, and he was certainly unable to even come up with what most landlords require for a deposit to be able to have access to that apartment. When he came to Rooftop, he very simply was a broken man. He was very unsure about what his future would look like. So off to work he goes, earning a check from Rooftop, working there 20 to 24 hours a week, learning about hydroponic farming and all of its forms. And then after the 6 months, he and 4 other graduates get to graduate to be able to take the next step in their life. Well, 3 days ago, this past Thursday, Diego graduated. He developed skills, he earned some money, and maybe most importantly, some confidence. And confidence that provided him the hope and opportunity that we as an organization promise to each of our clients. As you might imagine, at this graduation, very informal, not 500 graduates from a high school, but 5 graduates from the program, most of them getting in front of a group of people, and a lot of those people were strangers, wanting to give a speech is not at the top of their priority list. Diego, though, wanted to give a speech. He asked permission that he could share some of his thoughts. Here's what Diego said. Rooftop gave me everything. It gave me that hope. It gave me a chance to develop job skills. It gave me the confidence. It gave me the knowledge that my future is going to be just fine. And the thing that gave me the most set of goosebumps on my arms is when he said this. Rooftop didn't just give me a job. Rooftop gave me a launch pad to my future. Starting tomorrow, Diego is going to come back to Rooftop and be a full-time employee. So his journey at Rooftop will continue even after he graduated from our 6-month program. His dream is to continue to learn about hydroponic farming, to learn about how to manage people, to learn how to just develop the job skills that are important, because one day, and I'll keep you posted, Diego wants to have his food truck. It might simply be called Diego's. Stay tuned. He's going to make it. And when I tell you all that Diego has a food truck and it's going to be here in Des Moines, I'll invite all of you to come up and share a meal at Diego's food truck. I also need to share with you the story of Olivia. Some of you have heard this story in other contexts, other settings before. Olivia just graduated from Roosevelt High School in Des Moines last May. 2 months prior to that, however, she walked into our building needing our help. When we've learned about her story, this is what we learned. She had a home. She had a roof over her head. She had a loving mother. She also was living with a cousin and living with a stepdad. Olivia was bright and smart and articulate, but she needed to get out of the situation, the housing situation that she was in. The reason being is that her stepfather decided to earn extra money that he would sexually traffic his stepdaughter to his friends. So that's why Olivia walked into our building needing that help. In the span of about 2 months, we got her into some of our transitional housing where she's out of the home situation. You'll be happy to know that the stepfather will be facing some serious consequences, as most of us, I think all of us would agree he should. She had a dream of going to college, and just last week finished her first semester at Drake University. Is because of the help that we gave her to get her out, to provide that hope, to provide that opportunity that allowed her to move forward in a very positive and hopeful ways. Her future is bright. So as we all consider how the promise of love and where it takes us, I'll ask this question again. What can you do? What can you do for people like Olivia, for people like Diego, to be that launch pad for someone who is on their journey? And it doesn't have to be a young person like the two I've discussed. Maybe it's for some of our older folks. Maybe it's for some of our middle-aged folks. Maybe it's for some of our young children. What can you do to be the launch pad in someone else's journey? It might be a work or professional journey. You might be the launch pad for someone who's on a spiritual journey. You might be the one that provides hope and opportunity to someone that's on an emotional journey that needs your love and support. And so I simply ask all of us to consider how you can be that person and who you need to be that person to. The persons in your own home, the persons in your family, the persons in your network of friends and colleagues. Consider all the people that you have influence with and care for and love for, and help them feel hope, to feel opportunity is knocking because of what you did to help them. That is my challenge for all of us this morning. Also share this. We've all had, and I look around this congregation and I think about the meaningful conversations that I've had with so many of you over the years. And if one of you were to come up and say, Stu, do you remember 2 months ago what we talked about? I might remember some of those things that we talked about. I probably won't remember all the things that we talked about, but what I will remember is how you made me feel. And it made me feel good. It made me feel happy. It made me feel optimistic. It helped me just feel so many positive feelings. So when you go out and serve as that launch pad to provide somebody that hope and opportunity, be reminded, they're not going to remember everything that you talked about, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. And that, my friends, is important. Let me finish with this thought, which we've already heard once this morning, but it seems fitting to end my thoughts here. Be reminded, love is both tender affection and resilient compassion, the concern and care extended inward and outward. Love is the heart of God, the heart of Christ's message, the heart of the Spirit's call to all disciples. Love is a light calling us home through the darkness. So go forward, be the light of God, and be the launch pad for someone who really needs it. That is my prayer. Amen.